Oh, it's raining a little bit today. Getting their bike wet. But here it is, the 1989 Honda Cr250. Got it on trade, package deal. Got this one, the CRF150, and the YFZ 450 over there for a Banshee. So I think it did pretty good. Supposedly this bike ran a while back. So we'll see if we can get this thing fixed up. We're gonna go through the whole thing and see what this thing can do. There is a little hole in the pipe right here, he said. He covered with carbon fiber wrap. He said that's really the only problem. So we will see here. Looks like the chain is really loose. Like that's insanely loose. All right, let's take a closer look at this 1989 Honda Cr250. I think Vinny wants to come and look at it too. Vinny, you can come over here. You can come look at it. He just got done eating his breakfast. Licking his chops here. So in 1989, a lot of changes were made to this bike. I looked up a couple articles on it, and this was actually the first year of the inverted shocks like that. So in 88, they had the normal shocks. I believe they updated to the Pro Link in the back here. That was stock. So the linkages back here were a little bit different than the 88. The 88 was a little bit slower than the 89. The 89 had a redone cylinder. It was ported different than the 88, and then fifth gear was actually a little bit closer to fourth. So they wanted fourth and fifth to be not much different on the 89. So the transition was smoother. I guess in 88, there's a bigger gap between the gears in fourth and fifth. So racers really liked this bike. It was very, very popular at the time. So it was kind of the bike to have. And yeah, it's pretty cool looking. Also, the seat was made a little bit more flat in 89. In 88, it dipped a little bit more. At least that's what I read. And then what else was new in 89? They beefed up the frame right here. The previous owner of this bike actually said the white frame was rare, but these never came with a white frame. They came with a red frame. So I think somebody repainted the white frame. So if you want to call that rare, I guess that would be, because it was probably one of a kind, because a guy just repainted it. And these covers you can actually buy on eBay. He said those were kind of rare too, but they're really not, because you can just buy those on eBay. What else is different about this bike? You can see this, it's got like a little dent right there on the rail of the frame. So it looks like something bottomed out. It was pretty common on the Cr250s and Cr500s. The pipe has a little hole in it right here. We'll have to take off that wrap and see if we can weld that up. But I guess there's like a split in the pipe right here. Not really sure how that happened. I'm guessing the same way that bent frame happened, or that dented frame, I should say. Tires are really nice on it yet. Looks like brand new tires. The rear, they're a little bit chewed up, but not too bad. It's got the FMF power core in the back here with the stock pipe. So I guess the stock pipes are really hard to find for these, but it looks pretty nice. Just a couple small dents, nothing too serious. And then the engine looks like it was painted. Painted black and red. Looks like they were going for a black and red theme. Get the Pro Link stickers in the back. That was kind of like the stock design as well. I don't like these, the spoke covers. It really makes your spokes rust out if you leave them on there. They're hard to get off too. But yeah, you can see the actual VIN right here. So we go 10 digits down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And it's a K. So we know it is, in fact, a 1989. Pretty cool. So yeah, it's really not a bad looking bike. It's got the Pro Taper grips on here. Not sure what kind of levers these are, but this one looks like it's broken. You just put a rubber band on it. Just take that off and you can see. So I'm guessing the spring fell out of it or broke off. We'll have to fix that. Clutch does pull in nicely. Let's see if the throttle works. Throttle works. I believe both brakes work as well. Yep. And it feels like it has compression. Feels like it might be a little bit lower than what it should be, but feels like it's got pretty decent compression. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. It looks like it has new radiators on it. Aluminum radiators there. So those are pretty nice. Let's check if there's any coolant in there. Oh yeah, just topped off in there. Cool. So on a lot of these older bikes, the water pump would corrode out down here. This one looks really good. I'm not seeing any leaking from the water pump or anything like that. So right in this area, it would corrode out, and the coolant would actually mix with the oil because it would corrode that seal out in there, and then the seal couldn't seal the coolant from going into the actual engine. So that was a big problem. I've owned a lot of bikes that had that problem. And then to find these cases, they're like $700, $800 just for the clutch side case here. So we'll have to check the oil. I did not check the oil when I got this thing. I assumed it was fine. Just taking a look underneath the engine, making sure nothing's split underneath here. And it looks like all the cases are intact, which is good. Just kind of taking a look around. Bearings feel nice and tight in the back here. Both the swing arm and the wheel doesn't move at all. The front ones, nice and tight. So it seems like a pretty solid bike. I guess the owner that sold it to me said the previous owner was an older guy, and he said he took really good care of it. So, you know, he said you shouldn't have any problems. But yeah, let's get going on it. See if we can get this thing to fire up today. All right, let's see what's going on for the oil here. We're hoping it's not milky. If it's milky, we more than likely have a bad water pump seal housing or water pump seal. Let's get our dipstick down here. Doesn't look milky. So that's good. There's oil in it. It looks pretty new. Could probably be changed out, but looks like a new gasket on the clutch side. So there might be an updated clutch in there. I am not sure. I don't really know anything about this bike. The guy didn't really know much either. It does have the updated cooling lines. This is GPI Racing right there. So those are kind of nice. All right, let's get to the spark plug next. You can see it right in here. It's a little dark in there. There's a spark plug right in there. Doesn't look like any leaking happening. I'm not sure when this thing ran last. So we're just gonna go through everything and make sure everything's good. Get an NGK plug in there. We're gonna put a little bit of oil down the cylinder too. Just lube it up a little bit. Well, that plug wasn't running too bad. Doesn't look horrible. Little two-stroke oil going in. And I just want to see if this thing spins smoothly. Feels really smooth. Yeah, that's really smooth. I'm not hearing any ticking, any sounds. All right, that sounds great. Let's quick do a compression test on it. See what we get for compression here. You know, I don't know if it had a ton of power or lacked power, or if you didn't really ride it that much, or not really sure here. So we'll see what it has for compression. This will tell us a lot. Throttle open. Let's see what we get for compression here. Hopefully it's pretty good. First kick, we're up to 50. That's a good sign. Jumped up to 100. I'm gonna have to sit on this thing to get the correct reading here. Where are we at? It's a little hard to kick over. 170. So that's pretty decent for a 250. So that's pretty good. All right, compression checks out. That's really good compression, 170. See if there's any gas in it. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of premix in there. There's plenty of gas. Let's see if it's getting fuel. For fun, trying to get these off of here. There we go. Okay. Does the petcock work? Let's see here. Looks like that's working pretty good. You can see there's premix in there. We'll see if the carb holds gas. We'll turn the petcock on and see if it overflows or not. Let's see here. Not seeing any gas coming out. That's good. Hopefully it's not going right into the engine here. All right. That is a good sign. We're probably gonna do a carb clean anyway. And I kind of want to check out the reeds and everything. All right, let's go over to the other. Well, you guys can probably see it in here better. Can't tell if it has spark or not. Oh yeah. Got good spark. Before we start it, let's get the seat off and take a look at that air filter. Just want to make sure that's good before we start this thing up and suck that air filter in. Alright, looks like the air filter's pretty good. Nice and oiled up. Looks really good. Alright, we're gonna do a quick carb clean on it just because I don't want to sit here kicking this thing all day. If that pilot jet's clogged, that's exactly what's gonna happen, so let's just get this thing cleaned out quick before the first start. Alright, let's see if we can get this thing off. Alright, we got this carb off. You could probably take the subframe off and swing it up, but who has time for that? Get the slide out of here. There we go. There's the carb. I can feel that there's some gas in there, definitely. Alright, let's take a look at this carb. Looks like there was gas getting to it, so that was good. See if that pipe, oop, a lot of gas came out. I was not expecting that. Jeez, it's dripping everywhere. Alright, that looks pretty clean in there. It's really clean. Float's moving up and down. Needles allowing gas in. Let's see what this thing is running for a main jet. Huh. Can't read it. $178 for the main. That was clear. Yeah, the carb looks really clean. Float, no gas inside the float. Needle looks perfect. Nice and rubbery at the tip. So far everything's looking really good. Let's see what the pilot looks like. That's what we're most concerned about. Was it clear? It was clear. That's a big pilot, 58. Nice and clear. You'll probably actually see it's clear. It's a really big pilot. Alright, let's see what the air screw is at. It's right there. One. 1.5. Sounds about right. There we go. Then I'm going to take the choke out too, see if that's working. Just right here. Just twist out like that. it's going up and down here. Cool. That one actually locks in place. That's kind of nice. So choke is working. So we'll spray this out with some carb clean and then reinstall it. This thing should fire up. We've got compression, we've got spark, and now we know for sure it's getting fuel. All right, we've got spark, we've got compression, we're getting fuel now. Carb's all cleaned out. It should start right up. And we have nice blue spark. We've got coolant in there, we've got oil in there. So we're all good to go. Let's see if she fires up here. Woohoo! She fired up. I can definitely hear what he's talking about. There's definitely a rattle down there. We'll have to investigate that. All right, so it sounds pretty good except for that rattle sound. Up here, I could see the engine kind of moving in the frame. So I might tighten down those engine mounts, and then it doesn't idle, so we'll adjust the idle and get that thing to idle. So other than that, it sounded pretty decent. It was smoking out the back, so that was good. It revved out when I twisted the throttle, so I don't know, it seems pretty decent. All right, I went ahead and tightened up the motor mounts, and I adjusted the idle a little bit. We might have to start it up to see where that idle is at. finally got to idle here. It's running pretty good. Idling pretty good. Seems like the mix is pretty rich though in the tank. It's smoking quite a bit. But yeah, idle's good. I'm hoping those crank seals aren't gone in it. I don't think they are because it starts right up every time, so we'll see. Under load, we'll see if it moves. Alright, so looking at the pipe here, a little bit of smoke was coming out like right here where that hole is right there. So I'm guessing that's where the hole is on the pipe. I can kind of feel it actually. Not sure how big that hole is. We might have to take off the wrapping and investigate because it would be nice to weld it up. But you can see there's a little oil dripping right here. It looks like it's coming out of the exhaust where the pipe attaches. You can kind of see up in there, it's kind of wet. It's coming right by the pipe and it's leaking by there. So I'm guessing it needs an exhaust gasket right there. But there really shouldn't be that much oil coming out of it. So it's probably just loaded up right now. But yeah, let's quick fix this chain. This chain is extremely loose. So we'll just back that up a little bit. Gotta loosen these up. These look like all new hardware in here. Loosen these up. And we've got to get the big nut off right here. Oh man. Alright, then we can start backing out these bolts right here. So you want to go out with them, and we'll pull the chain tighter as you go out. Okay. I'll do the other side here quick. I think we're going to be good to go. Let's see here. Still really loose, holy cow. We gotta tighten the nut down. Usually you want a couple fingers between the chain and the guide, so you'll probably get 3 fingers. So that's pretty good. Alright, I think I found the exact same lever here. Somehow, some way, up in my parts bin. So we're just gonna take this part out of it and swap it over to that part, because I want them to match. I don't think I have a pair. So let's get that part out of it. I think it's just missing the spring in there. So there should be a spring somewhere. Look, it's broken right here. Alright, we just swapped out that spring. Just have to get this bolt in next. There we go. All right, that's fixed. Awesome. That's so lucky we had the exact same lever. Cool, that's fixed. All right, I'm curious to see what's behind here, how big that crack is. So let's get this guy off. Just kind of unwrap it, see what's going on. If the hole's too big, we might be putting this wrap right back on. So let's just see. I don't know if you're really supposed to take it off once you have it heated up, but we'll see here. It's thick wrap. So far, no hole. Where's the hole at? They wrapped it pretty nice. I think it's right here. Oh yeah, there's the crack. Oh, you could weld that, I think. Oh yeah, I think you could weld that pretty easily. Like, it's really not that bad. Right here. Doesn't go on the other side here. Doesn't even go on the other side. So it's just right there. Alright, we got this thing down to bare metal here. You can see the crack goes up, and then right on that ridge right there, you can see it come to a stop right there. And same thing with this end. Hits that other weld and comes to a stop. So if we start right here and work our way down, we should be good. So before you guys see the weld, remember I'm using this crappy welder, and we don't have any gas hooked up to it, so it's not the greatest weld in the world, but it should hold. There it is right there. Pretty crappy, but a little paint over that, you can't see it. All right, we're gonna start the bike, see what happens here. Hopefully it holds. If it doesn't, we'll patch it up a little bit. I'm guessing there's a couple holes yet in there that we missed. Right at that little tip right there, there's still a little leak. So I'm gonna quick get that. You can see where the little hole was, right there. All right, added a weld to it. It's all good to go. Not the prettiest weld in the world, but if it holds, right? All right, so I think this bike is pretty much good to go. We fixed everything on it that needed to be fixed. And it seems like it's pretty solid. It's starting like first kick every time now, so that is awesome. All right, drain bolt is right here. 17 millimeter. So we'll get that out of there. See, oil's not horrible, but could definitely use a change. may as well do it since we've got everything else on the bike fixed. Not sure how much it takes. Oh, here we go. So it takes 700 milliliters, it says right there. All right, using 10W40, 700 milliliters going in. Perfect right there. All right, oil change is done. All right, this thing's all ready for the first test drive. Everything is done. Everything is perfect. So hopefully she moves and goes through all the gears. Oh, she's gonna be a muddy one today. It's just all soppy. It's been raining all day today. And it's like icy and slushy, and it's not optimal riding conditions, but it looks like it's pretty clear right over here. Over here it's all snow. Over here it looks like we could probably get away with, you know, full send on it. We will see. But yeah, here it is. Looking pretty clean. It's a nice looking bike. So let's see if it moves. Alright, it's super sketchy riding conditions. It's like super slippery. So we're gonna have to go kind of slow. So it's not great. Maybe we can take it on the road here and go throughout the gears. We'll see. Alright, these riding conditions are where you can like kill yourself pretty quick. It's all icy. I wouldn't advise to ride in this type of weather. Not the greatest. The bike's really boggy right now too, so it feels like we gotta clear it out. I don't know if the power valves aren't opening or what. It starts right up, but it's just really boggy. See, this is all ice right here. So sketchy. And there's rocks in here too. Just really have to be on the lookout for rocks. See, and then that patches of ice and snow. Not the greatest here. What this thing is like. Ah, jeez. Yeah, we might have to take her on the road here when no traffic comes. Look it. So hard to see. Well, that sucks. I thought it would be a little bit less frozen here. I guess it's not. It's gonna be dangerous going on the road too, because it's foggy. Nobody can see me. Not really liking doing that either. Yeah, it's not too good, and we don't have any lights either. I don't know what to do. I guess we just inch up and see if we can at least go up there. No one's coming right now. Oh, that was a cop. That was definitely a cop right there. That could have been bad. Gotta cross over here without getting hit here. Oh, is it icy? Oh, okay, this is super sketch. Okay. Alright, we made her. Alright, we're not doing that again. Alright, so I think our fuel mixture is mixed incorrectly. I think we've got way too much oil in it. It was really, really dark when I looked at it last. And I think there's just way too much oil in the mixture. And that spark plug can't burn it fast enough. So I think that's why it's kind of boggy. So I'll get home and kind of play around with it. Drain that gas out and put some 40-to-1 in. And then a new spark plug. Because that one kind of seems like it's like on the verge of being fouled out. So fresh plug, fresh gas and oil. And I think it's going to be good to go. It did rev out all the way on the road, so I'm happy about that. So I know there's nothing seriously wrong with it. It's just running really, really rich. You can see it smoking out the back quite a bit. So I looked up stock jetting on it, and we're right in that area, so we should be fine there. But yeah, that's the video on the 1989 Honda Cr250R. Super clean bike, and it was cool to see it run again after sitting. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. Stay tuned for next one, and until next time, we are out.